That this event occurred in a house of worship makes it all the more grotesque and despicable.
Words today from Texas Senator John Cornyn addressing the church shooting this morning. His comments come as Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton also had recently called for more guns in churches. And we find out today that some local congregations have in fact been already taking steps to secure their places of worship. Dan Haggerty with one pastor today who says he doesn't take the pulpit without thinking about the what ifs. Dan?
Yeah, you know what? It's not that long ago that if you talk to a pastor who told you that every time before he did a sermon that he was thinking about those what ifs, you'd call him paranoid. Now people are calling him responsible. He says everybody else is thinking about security, from airports to schools to federal buildings to private businesses, and that it's time for churches, he says, to open their eyes and face reality.
Let me go cut some light on for you.
When the lights come on at Loving Fellowship Baptist Church in DeSoto, they can fit a few hundred people in the pews.
Evil can walk in at any moment, at any time.
And former Dallas cop, Pastor Dr. Michael Sneed, has been preaching to them since 1999.
And I have to be, as their leader, I have to be prepared.
So this year, he hired Anthony Williams.
In this particular church, we took a look at their entry points.
A safety consultant who specializes in churches, working with 90 congregations in North Texas since 2016.
So you prepare people who work in churches to take down a gunman?
Absolutely.
How?
I don't want to reveal everything in terms of how we do that.
Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton said recently that Texas churches should arm parishioners. And Williams says North Texas churches have taken those steps. When I asked Dr. Sneed, he told me this.
Do you carry while you preach?
It depends.
So you have?
It depends. It depends.
What does that say about the current environment we live in, where the pastor is carrying a gun while preaching?
That's scary. That's very scary.
So he says it's not only scary, but it's also sad, because he says the open door policies that have always existed at churches are kind of starting to go away, that they operate in business hours only, giving me an example that not long ago the men's church choir was singing a little later at night. And they saw two people walk in and sit down in the back pews, strangers they'd never seen before, who just stopped in to listen to some of the music. Now, that didn't make them feel joyous, like they were sharing this moment with possibly new people in the congregation. Instead, it made them feel uneasy and a little afraid. They now lock the doors during choir practice. Reporting live, Dan Haggerty, CBS 11 News.